5 Charlie 3. Steve?
And action.
We'd like to see the foreman. I understand he's here with your uncle.
He's in the study working on the ledger. Go on in.
Film.
Oh, thank you, Miss. Wait, like,
Thousands of images on celluloid.
First pot of coffee.
Each of these images the direct responsibility of one man.
I'll tell him.
The director of photography. The cinematographer. In the early days of filmmaking, things were quite simple. All you really needed was a cameraman, a camera, and some film. The sun provided all the light. With the introduction of sound, filmmaking became more sophisticated and vastly more specialized. Today, films require the teamwork of numerous artists and technicians, crews working among crews.
Ready, Doc?
I got it.
Right to the very end. I thought you did right.
One of the most important crews in motion picture production is the camera crew. Its several members are led by the director of photography, the DP.
Yeah, this'll work, but how far over can we come with the lens?
As his title suggests, the DP directs the photography of the picture, making the decisions that will in turn be carried out by his crew.
No, it's the same shot. It's just that Robert didn't do it too good.
Can we open this up?
Sure, why not? Just tighten it up to a nice...
The cinematographer does not actually shoot the scene himself. Rather, it is the second cameraman, or camera operator, who usually takes control of the camera during filming.
If it's a double, we go wide. If it's less, then we'll go closer. And then he's going to...
A first assistant cameraman loads the camera and aids the operator by adjusting focus to follow the action. Technicians known as grips move the camera and physically set up the equipment.
You're going to
Be right on. I got it. You can take it up. Thank you. All the way up?
Yeah, just strap it. Alan, if you get a little bit of tree tops in there, it'll be just handy.
All right.
Make it look difficult.
But a movie doesn't begin on a crowded set. It begins as a script, an idea, and the DP enters the creative process long before the cameras roll. In preparing a difficult scene, the cinematographer must familiarize himself with the physical realities of the location. The DP must visualize the action called for in the script. In this case, a runaway buckboard sequence in the streets of Old Medicine Bow. In the simplest terms, the job of the director of photography is to photograph this scene in the most interesting, exciting, and dramatic way. Each scene presents particular photographic problems. The cinematographer chooses his approach to a scene and the equipment he will use from an almost infinite number of available combinations. Of paramount importance, for example, is his selection of the most appropriate lens for a particular situation.
It's all right now.
To a 3-inch lens, and we're pretty close.
Show Alan how you do that, please.
A normal lens reveals the subject in approximately the same perspective as the human eye views it. A longer lens, or telephoto, brings the subject closer, while shorter wide-angle lenses seem to place it further away, revealing much wider areas. The selection of a lens can determine a scene's psychological impact simply because different lenses distort in different ways. Telephoto lenses compress action, and the actor appears to make little progress toward the camera. Wide-angle lenses affect movement in the opposite way. A zoom lens can change these characteristics within a single shot. Camera angle plays a similar role by heightening drama and depicting mood. A simple change of angle can make an actor appear larger on screen, perhaps more villainous, or less significant. Camera movement is still another of the almost infinite possibilities in storytelling technique. Perhaps the most important function of the director of photography is in the area of lighting.
Did you come back as we go in? Yeah, I think as we comes around, we may just see it. That's got it.
In the very simplest lighting plan, the first and main source of illumination is usually called the key light. Generally, it is a light from above approximating the angle of the sun. The key light leaves strong, harsh shadows, which are then softened by a flatter, softer light called the fill light. Finally, a kicker is used to add highlights and separate the figure from the background. Of course, lighting involves more than the setting of these three basic lights. It is a highly complex art, the one most time-consuming operation on the set. The cinematographer does not actually execute the lighting plan himself. This is accomplished through the gaffer and a team of electricians.
Let's lower it down.
Where is it? Oh, yeah. See the name of this stuff?
Take it off once, Ray.
4 shots
Yeah,
at
that's
a
a
time.
little too much. We have to put it back on again.
Pretty good.
I think it'll be all right.
Here's some.
Yeah, that's
Where you
fine.
standing?
We waxed one of those or something.
Lighting is an essential tool in telling the story of the film. By utilizing the proper combination of lighting, lens, angle, and camera movement, the director and cinematographer can establish the rhythm and mood of a scene and the style of an entire motion picture.
Yes, but just where you're rolling.
For example, in Psycho, cinematographer John Russell Jr. used high contrast lighting, hard shadows, wide-angle lenses, and extreme camera placement to emphasize the horror, tension, and fear which was the essence of this suspense drama. On the other hand, D.P. Russell Metty employed high-key lighting and fluid camera movement to capture the vast scope and rhythmic pace of Flower Drum Song's spectacular production numbers. Finally, to recreate Gregory Peck's drug-induced disorientation in the suspense drama Arabesque, cinematographer Christopher Shallis utilized an unusual combination of extreme angles, diffusion filters, superimposure, and the handheld camera to distort both time and space. The cinematographer is both an artist and technician. His sensitivity to tone and mood, his understanding of optics and electronics, and above all, his skill as a leader, allow him to orchestrate the talents of the craftsmen directly responsible to him. He is aptly called the director of photography.